What up, everybody? It's Coach Jay, and welcome to another edition of Motivational Keys to Success. Here we do a lot of talking about frame of mind and mindset, and how to get what you want and achieve what you want by having the right frame of mind. Because success and achievement is a mindset, and nothing can be achieved without the right frame of mind. Today, we look at one of the hardest things in the world for most people to do. Be consistent. Do you know what the hardest thing for most people in the world to do is? You probably don't, because you probably haven't thought much about it. Because most people don't, and if they do, it's still one of the hardest things for them to do. Well, I tell you, if you can do this, you'll be doing way better than most people. Not only that, you will open up a whole new world of opportunity and success for yourself. People's ability to do this separates the pack, literally, from the have-dones and want-to-dos. Here is a brutal, unsugar-coated truth. We live in a world of average, below average, and underachievers, naysayers, non-doers, and that's not for me's. It sounds cold, but it's true. Most people will never live up to their potential. Notice, I didn't say can, I said won't. There's a big difference between the two. Not doing is vastly different from not being able to do. Notably, this is why people who achieve big things are so admired or put into this adoring light, the shine of greatness. Most people don't have that discipline. Now notice, I didn't say ability, I said discipline. Most people have far more ability than they believe, realize, exhibit, or even understand. But if you don't believe, exhibit, or understand, you will never have the discipline it takes to get to the next level. And if you don't have the discipline, you can't build the one defining trait of success: consistency. And without consistency, that discipline doesn't mean jack shit. The word we are talking about today is consistency. Consistency is the hardest thing for any person to achieve. It's the hardest to achieve because it's just straight up hard. See, consistency doesn't know good days, doesn't care about bad days, doesn't care if you're tired, doesn't care if you don't want to be bothered, if you're unmotivated or unorganized. All consistency cares about is continuous, repetitive effort. I repeat, all consistency cares about is continuous, repetitive effort. This is the downfall of so many. To not be able to continuously put in so much effort day in and day out until they've reached their goal, whatever their goal may be. Statistically speaking, between 92 and 95% of people struggle with being consistent toward their goals. When you really think about it, I 100% believe that statement. I would like to think of myself as pretty disciplined in some aspects, but to be honest, there are moments when even I struggle with consistency at times. Now, if you think about those stats, that means less than 10% of people will be successful in some big achievement that they're going after. That's a minuscule number when you think about it. That means out of every 10 people, one might be successful. Damn, that's tough. Think about New Year's resolutioners and their gym goals. Only 9% of people stick to their resolution for a full year. 9%. Most experience a stark decline. 27% of people, they fail their resolution after 1 week. 32% after 2 weeks. 42% after a month, and 55% after 6 months. And then eventually all but 9% of people out there make it to the end of the year. Being consistent is hard. The numbers don't lie. Why do people struggle with consistency? I think people struggle for a couple of reasons. Two of the biggest reasons are being new to something and unrealistic expectations. Because people make it about the outcome and don't have an understanding of what they're getting themselves into. Trying to accomplish something in itself is hard. Now imagine trying to do that when you're in unfamiliar territory. People will focus on the outcome without knowing fully how to get to that outcome. And yes, it is about the outcome, but often people don't realize or they forget the process it takes to get there. The process to get there is where the consistency is built. I'll give you two good examples of this. Here's a pretty common one. Let's go back to the New Year's resolutioners. They usually have a mindset of, I'm going to go to the gym and lose 30 pounds in 2 months. Or, I'm going to get so jacked in 2 months you won't even recognize me. They fail because they don't realize how long things are actually going to take, and they have an understanding of how to get to their goals. They end up quitting before they develop any real consistency to help them on their path. So out of all those new gym goers on January 1st, remember, very, very, very small percentage of them will be there past October. They don't understand that they really have to be consistent for a good period of time to make those substantial gains, because their future result is a lot further away than they've perceived. There will be a tiny, and I mean tiny percentage, that actually will not get the results they want in the time frame they want, but decide to keep going until they do get the result they want, no matter the time frame or surplus effort that it may take. Here's the second example. What if I told you, in 10 years, you could easily be a millionaire? It's very simple. You just have to do one thing. Take a certain amount of money and every month put it away. Don't spend it. Be consistent with saving it and let it build up every month. But remember, you have to do it, and I repeat, every month. Sounds pretty simple. And for the first few months, I'm sure a lot of people will master this. But over time, more and more people will drop off. They'll miss a payment here, forget one there. They want to buy this or that, so they'll double up next month. Eventually, they fall off course. It's the long-term consistency that is an absolute killer for most people. Think I'm joking? This is why the median savings account in America is somewhere between $1,200 and $1,500. If it was that easy, we'd have a lot more millionaires in the world. Currently, less than 10% of Americans are millionaires. My point is that whether it's fitness, finance, or whatever you want to be successful, you have to exhibit some sort of long-term consistency in your actions. Consistency helps us build momentum, develop good habits, and stay focused on our objectives. So how do we build consistency? How do we build consistency? We can do a few main things. First of all, we start small. Small incremental bits of consistency turn into one huge block of consistency. Never look for the end result. Look for the end goal, but don't look for the result. Instead, live the result. Do what you need to do on a daily basis or weekly basis, but don't look any longer term than that. It's easier to finish the race if you aren't always looking for the finish line. I would personally use this approach with a lot of my wellness clients. Let's say they would have a goal to lose 20 pounds or so. I'd say, let's not focus on 20. Let's focus on 2. And if we get more, that's a bonus. Then when we get to 2, I'd be like, all right, let's continue to do exactly what we're doing, but let's get 2 more. See, we start building consistency in their nutrition, their workouts, their water consumption. And week by week, they build small incremental blocks and keep laying blocks till we build what we wanted. By making many blocks of consistency, we start to blockchain a giant block of consistency without even realizing it or without even stressing. I think this method is a huge factor in achieving success and failure. It's the age-old adage, one day at a time. It's like the children's book, The Tortoise and the Hare. The book might as well be the Bible for consistency. No matter what happened, no matter how long, the tortoise just kept plugging away and was very consistent on staying the course. It's a matter of getting the proverbial reps in. Here are 6 general tips to stay consistent towards your goals. Number 1, set your goals, but focus not on the goals as much as what you have to consistently do to get there. The work is more important than the result. The result will come from putting in the work. Number 2, learn how to prioritize. A lot of reasons why people aren't consistent is because they can't prioritize. Prioritize what is important. Don't have things that get in the way of your progress. Being consistent towards your goals should be the most important thing. Other things should take a back seat. For example, if your goal is to build muscle and you have to get to a certain amount of gym sessions in, then going to a party that takes away from that might not be one of your best choices. Where do your priorities lie? What are you prioritizing? Number 3, track your progress. One of the best ways to know how consistent you're being is tracking your progress. You can't deny consistency or lack thereof if everything is charted in front of you. You know where you are, how you're doing, and what you should be doing. Number 4, limit distractions. Distractions are sometimes fun, but they are exactly what they say they are, distractions. They get in the way of your consistency, which in turn will get in the way of your progress. Number 5, track your time. Now, tracking your time, I go both ways on this. Yes, it's good to know how long things are taking, but also, don't always confine yourself to a time frame. Sometimes things will take much longer than we want, but that doesn't mean we should stop because we didn't meet a perceived deadline. The key is the goal, not how long the goal took. Number 6, be patient and forgive failure. Patience is a virtue, especially with big goals. Even the best of consistent actions may sometimes be off, but you just have to pick yourself up and keep going. Not everything will always be perfect. So remember, 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 is way better than 2 out of 10 or 3 out of 10. The key is to not let lows become giant sinkholes, but more like speed bumps. It may slow you down a little, but you just keep driving. If you want to achieve a level of success at something, anything, there has to be a level of consistency. Consistency is the marker that measures and creates our success. It's all about staying the course and repeatedly continuing the actions. This is your boy, Coach Jay. If you like what you saw today, give us a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching Motivational Keys for Success, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.